As the team from the Aurora and the colonists continued to explore the planet's hidden secrets, the discovery of the dormant energy reactor had offered a wealth of new information. However, an unexpected twist awaited them, challenging their understanding of the experiment and its consequences. Captain Rho and Eldar were examining the reactor's control systems when an anomaly in the data streams caught their attention. The reactor had begun to emit irregular energy pulses, disrupting the previously stable energy fields. Eldar, with a furrowed brow, adjusted the control panels to stabilize the readings. "This is odd," Eldar muttered, his fingers dancing over the controls. The reactor shouldn't be activating. The system was supposed to be dormant. Suddenly, the disturbance led to the activation of an ancient, hidden communication module embedded within the reactor's core. A crackling signal emerged, and a holographic image began to project from the module, a figure clad in futuristic attire, appearing as though frozen in time. "Attention, attention, this is Dr. Maris Valen," the figure announced, her voice strained but clear. "If you're receiving this message, it means the energy system has been disturbed. You must understand, there's more to the experiment than you've realized." The hologram flickered as Dr. Valen continued. "We were attempting to harness and regulate the planet's core energy to create a sustainable power source. But there was a critical flaw, a self-replicating energy anomaly. It was designed to stabilize itself, but it became uncontrollable. We tried to shut it down, but the reactor's failure triggered a containment breach. We believed we had successfully contained it, but the truth is..." The message cut off abruptly, leaving the team in stunned silence. Captain Rho and Eldar exchanged worried glances. It seems like the reactor wasn't just a control point, but also a containment unit for the anomaly, Captain Rho deduced. If the anomaly is still active, it could pose a serious threat to both the planet and the ship. As the team worked to decipher the message and the nature of the anomaly, the reactor's energy pulses grew stronger. The containment fields, previously stable, began to fluctuate. Strange phenomena started occurring: glitches in the environment, sudden temperature drops, and localized gravity anomalies. One evening, while investigating the data archive, Leora discovered hidden files that detailed the reactor's true purpose. They revealed that the self-replicating anomaly had a unique property: it could manipulate time and space. The anomaly had inadvertently caused temporal distortions, resulting in a loop of failed experiments and missed opportunities. If the anomaly is still active, it could be affecting our perception of time, Leora theorized. We might be trapped in a temporal loop that keeps repeating the same sequence of events. The team's suspicions were confirmed when strange occurrences began to intensify. They found themselves experiencing déjà vu, with some events repeating or altering unpredictably. The reactor's fluctuations seemed to be creating rifts in time and space, causing distortions in their reality. Captain Rho and Eldar realized they needed to act quickly. They devised a plan to recalibrate the reactor's core, aiming to stabilize the anomaly and prevent further disruptions. However, as they worked, they encountered a disorienting and eerie phenomenon: glimpses of past and future events colliding, merging, and unraveling before their eyes. In the midst of this chaos, the hologram of Dr. Valen reappeared, this time with more clarity. "You must stabilize the reactor before it's too late," she urged. "The anomaly is more than a malfunction. It's a living entity that interacts with the fabric of reality. You're the last hope for preventing its escape into the wider universe." Dr. Valen's message contained a final, crucial piece of information. The anomaly could be neutralized by using a counter-frequency generator, an advanced device hidden within the reactor's core. The device could realign the temporal distortions and seal the anomaly permanently. The team, guided by the newfound knowledge and Dr. Valen's instructions, proceeded to the reactor's core. They faced numerous challenges as they navigated through the temporal rifts and fluctuating environment. The reactor's core, now a pulsating epicenter of energy, presented a complex and unstable landscape. In a dramatic finale, Captain Rho and Eldar worked together to deploy the counter-frequency generator. As they activated it, the reactor's energy began to stabilize, and the temporal distortions started to resolve. The rifts closed, and the strange phenomena gradually faded away. With the anomaly contained, The team took a moment to absorb the magnitude of their achievement. The planet's stability was restored, and the future of their exploration was secured. They had not only uncovered the secrets of the past, but had also prevented a potentially catastrophic event. As the dust settled and the temporal disturbances ceased, the Aurora crew and the colonists reflected on their journey. The revelations about the lost experiment had reshaped their understanding of the universe and their place within it. The experience had forged a stronger bond between them, united in their commitment to exploration and discovery. Captain Rho and Eldar, standing amidst the recovered data and restored systems, knew that their adventure was far from over. The secrets they had uncovered were just the beginning of a new chapter in their ongoing quest to explore the unknown. As the energy reactor settled into a stable state and the temporal distortions faded, the crew of the Aurora and the colonists found themselves grappling with the implications of their discovery. The anomaly was contained, but its effects had left an indelible mark on their journey. With the reactor's core reactivated and the temporal rifts closed, the team was finally able to access the full extent of the recovered data from the abandoned research facilities. As Leora and Eldar sifted through the vast archives, they stumbled upon a series of encrypted files detailing experiments on temporal manipulation and alternate realities. "These files are incredible," Leora exclaimed, her eyes widening as she decrypted the information. They contain detailed records of attempts to create stable wormholes and communicate with alternate dimensions. It looks like the original researchers were not only trying to harness energy but also exploring concepts far beyond their time. Captain Rho, having read through some of the decrypted files, became increasingly intrigued. If these researchers were trying to manipulate time and space, they might have left behind more than just data. There could be other experiments or artifacts hidden on this planet, things that could change our understanding of reality itself. The next day, the team set out on a new mission to explore a previously overlooked area of the planet's surface. Based on the encrypted files, they believed there might be additional hidden facilities or relics connected to the research. The terrain was challenging, with deep crevices and unstable ground, but their determination drove them forward. After hours of trekking through the rugged landscape, they discovered an entrance concealed by overgrown vegetation and rock formations. The entrance led to an underground chamber that had been untouched for centuries. Inside, they found an astonishing array of artifacts, advanced devices, ancient scripts, and a large, intricately designed machine that seemed to be a sophisticated temporal projector. Eldar carefully approached the machine, his eyes scanning its complex array of controls and interfaces. "This looks like a temporal projection device," he said. "It might be capable of showing us glimpses of other timelines or alternate realities. It could provide answers to some of our biggest questions." Captain Rho nodded in agreement. "Let's see what it reveals. We need to understand the full scope of the research and how it might impact our current situation." With caution, Eldar activated the device. The room was filled with a hum of energy, and a series of holographic projections began to materialize in midair. The projections depicted various scenarios, alternate histories, future events, and otherworldly landscapes. One projection, in particular, captured their attention. A vision of a futuristic cityscape, bustling with advanced technology and vibrant life. The projection showed a city that seemed to be a utopian blend of technology and harmony. Flying vehicles glided through the skies, and towering skyscrapers were adorned with greenery. People in sleek, futuristic attire went about their daily lives, their interactions enhanced by sophisticated technology. "This city looks amazing," Leora remarked, her voice filled with awe. "It's a vision of what our future could become if we harness these technologies responsibly." As they continued to explore the projections, they saw glimpses of darker possibilities. Scenarios where the misuse of technology led to conflict and destruction. The visions highlighted the duality of progress, the potential for incredible advancements, and the risks of catastrophic consequences. The team realized that the discoveries they had made on the planet had far-reaching implications. They could use the knowledge and technologies they had uncovered to drive humanity forward, but they also needed to be cautious about the potential pitfalls. "We've seen what the future could look like," Captain Rho said, her tone reflective. "It's up to us to ensure that we take the right path." The knowledge we've gained can help us avoid the mistakes of the past and shape a positive future. Eldar, still studying the projections, added, "We need to ensure that we share this knowledge responsibly. There's a lot at stake, and how we proceed will determine the direction of our civilization's advancement." With the temporal projector and its data in hand, the team returned to the Aurora. They prepared to share their findings with their superiors and the broader scientific community, emphasizing the importance of using their knowledge wisely. As they departed from the planet, the crew and the colonists reflected on their journey. They had uncovered secrets that challenged their understanding of reality and offered a glimpse into possible futures. Their mission had evolved from exploring a forgotten colony to grappling with the complexities of time, space, and technological advancement. Captain Rho and Eldar, standing on the bridge of the Aurora, looked out at the vast expanse of space. The stars sparkled with the promise of new discoveries and the weight of their responsibility. They knew their journey was far from over, and the knowledge they had gained would guide them as they ventured into the unknown. As the Aurora set course for new horizons, the team remained vigilant, aware of the potential and perils that lay ahead. Their adventure had only just begun, and the echoes of the past would continue to shape their path as they explored the frontiers of space and time. The Aurora had set a course for the nearest space station to relay their discoveries, but the crew was still reeling from the revelations of the temporal projector. With the knowledge of potential futures and the responsibility of handling such advanced technology, the team faced a new challenge, dealing with the ethical implications of their findings. As the Aurora approached the space station, the crew detected an unusual energy signature emanating from a nearby asteroid field. The signature matched some of the readings they had encountered during their exploration of the planet's reactor. The energy pulses were erratic, but seemed to be on a collision course with the Aurora. "We need to investigate this," Captain Rho said, her voice filled with determination. "There's a chance this could be connected to the anomalies we encountered on the planet." Eldar, analyzing the data, nodded in agreement. "It looks like a highly advanced signal, possibly a distress call or a trap. Either way, we should be prepared for anything." The Aurora maneuvered carefully through the dense asteroid field. The energy signature led them to a concealed structure hidden within the largest asteroid. The structure was an abandoned research outpost, remarkably similar to the ones they had found on the planet. As they docked with the outpost, the crew disembarked in their protective suits. The outpost was eerily quiet, with signs of recent activity suggesting that someone had been there recently. The walls were adorned with high-tech equipment, and strange symbols were etched into the surfaces. In the heart of the outpost, the team discovered a series of communication logs and a heavily damaged console. Leora and Eldar worked to restore the console, and soon a partially decrypted message began to play. "Warning: anomalies, temporal fluctuations, dangerous. Seeking refuge, experimental data, needs to be destroyed." The message was fragmented, but the urgency was clear. Captain Rho's eyes narrowed. This message indicates that someone was trying to hide or destroy critical information. They were clearly aware of the dangers posed by the temporal anomalies. As the crew continued to explore, they encountered a concealed laboratory within the outpost. The lab was filled with advanced technology and documents related to the energy experiment. Among the documents, they found a report detailing a secret project, an attempt to weaponize the temporal anomalies for strategic purposes. "It seems like someone tried to weaponize the anomalies," Eldar said, his voice filled with concern. "If this technology falls into the wrong hands, it could have catastrophic consequences." Captain Rho realized the gravity of the situation. "We need to secure this facility and ensure that the technology and data are safely contained. We can't let this fall into unauthorized hands." Just as they were about to secure the outpost, an alarm sounded, and a group of armed figures appeared at the entrance. They were dressed in dark, high-tech armor, and their leader identified himself as Dr. Voss, a rogue scientist who had been expelled from the original research program. "I see you found my little project," Dr. Voss said with a cold smile. "I must commend you on your tenacity, but you're too late. The technology is already in motion, and soon, the anomalies will be unleashed across the galaxy." Dr. Voss revealed that he had reactivated the weaponized anomalies and set them to destabilize the energy fields of nearby star systems. The team had to act quickly to prevent a galactic catastrophe. The Aurora crew engaged in a high-stakes confrontation with Dr. Voss and his operatives. They fought their way through the outpost, trying to disable the weaponized systems and prevent the anomalies from being triggered. Leora and Eldar worked feverishly to shut down the destabilization protocols, while Captain Rho coordinated the efforts to contain the rogue scientist. In a dramatic climax, Captain Rho faced Dr. Voss in the control room of the outpost. The room was filled with the hum of machinery and the crackle of energy fluctuations. Dr. Voss, cornered, activated the final sequence that would unleash the anomalies. "You don't understand the power you're dealing with," Dr. Voss sneered. "This technology will bring about a new order in the galaxy." Captain Rho, with a combination of quick thinking and advanced tech, managed to override the final sequence. She and Eldar worked together to dismantle the weaponized systems, stabilizing the energy fields and neutralizing the threat. With Dr. Voss apprehended and the outpost secured, the team returned to the Aurora. They had averted a major crisis, but were left with the realization of how precarious their situation had become. Captain Rho gathered the crew and colonists for a debriefing. "We've faced a serious threat today, but we've also learned valuable lessons. Our discoveries have the potential to reshape the future, but we must remain vigilant. The power we've uncovered must be handled with the utmost care." As the Aurora resumed its course toward the space station, the crew reflected on their experiences. They had uncovered deep secrets, faced unforeseen dangers, and discovered the delicate balance required to navigate advanced technology and ethical responsibility. Captain Rho and her team knew that their journey was far from over. The mysteries of the galaxy awaited, and their mission to explore, understand, and safeguard the unknown continued. The Aurora had barely cleared the asteroid field when the crew began to process the events of the past few days. The battle with Dr. Voss and his operatives had left them exhausted but determined. Captain Rho sat in her quarters, reviewing the latest reports and strategizing their next steps. The weight of their responsibility was clear. The technology they had uncovered held immense potential and danger. As the ship approached the space station, the crew prepared to brief their superiors and ensure that the knowledge they had gained would be handled responsibly. Leora and Eldar worked tirelessly to compile their findings into a comprehensive report, while Dr. Voss was securely detained in the ship's brig. The space station came into view, a massive structure orbiting a vibrant, gas giant. It was a hub of activity, with numerous ships docking and departing. The Aurora made its approach, and the crew prepared for the docking procedures. Upon arrival, they were met by a delegation from the Interstellar Scientific Council. The council representatives, including Dr. Celine Klein, a renowned scientist and the lead investigator for the council's research division, greeted Captain Rho and her team. Dr. Klein's eyes were sharp, her demeanor professional. "Captain Rho, we've been briefed about the situation. We're eager to review the data and ensure that the advanced technology is properly managed." Captain Rho nodded, her expression serious. "Dr. Klein, we've uncovered significant information regarding the energy experiment and its implications. We need to ensure that this knowledge is used for the benefit of all and not misused." The team transferred their data to the Council's secure servers, and Dr. Klein began reviewing the information with her colleagues. The Council members were particularly interested in the temporal projector and the details about the weaponized anomalies. As the Council deliberated, Captain Rho and her crew took some time to decompress. The space station had a lounge area with a panoramic view of the gas giant, offering a welcome respite from the intense days they had endured. They gathered together, reflecting on their experiences and what lay ahead. Leora, gazing out at the swirling colors of the gas giant, spoke up. "It's hard to believe how close we came to a galactic disaster. I'm glad we were able to stop Dr. Voss, but I can't shake the feeling that there's more to this story." Eldar nodded, his expression thoughtful. "We've only scratched the surface of what was discovered. The technology and the data we found could reveal even more about the nature of the universe and our place in it." As they discussed their findings, Dr. Klein approached with a serious expression. "Captain Rho, we need to talk. The Council has reached a decision regarding the future of the data and technology you've recovered." They followed Dr. Klein to a private briefing room where the Council had assembled. The room was filled with high-tech displays and holographic projections, showcasing the Council's findings and recommendations. Dr. Klein began, The Council is impressed with the breadth of your discoveries and the way you handled the situation. However, we must address the implications of this technology carefully. The temporal anomalies and their potential for misuse pose a significant risk. She continued, we've decided to establish a new task force dedicated to overseeing the research and containment of these technologies. Your team will be instrumental in this effort. We need to ensure that the knowledge is used ethically and does not fall into the wrong hands. Captain Rho listened intently, understanding the gravity of the responsibility they were being given. We're prepared to assist in any way we can. Our priority is to ensure that this technology benefits humanity and is not misused. Dr. Klein nodded. Excellent. We'll be coordinating with you to establish protocols for ongoing research and secure storage of the data. For now, take some time to rest and regroup. The task ahead is monumental, but your contributions have already made a significant impact. As the meeting concluded, Captain Rho and her crew left the briefing room, their minds abuzz with the new challenges ahead. They knew that their mission had evolved from exploration to safeguarding a powerful and potentially dangerous technology. In the days that followed, the Aurora crew worked with the task force to develop protocols for handling the recovered data and technology. They were also tasked with investigating other potential anomalies and continuing their research into the nature of the temporal distortions they had encountered. The experience had forged a deeper bond among the crew members and strengthened their resolve. They understood that their journey was far from over, and that they were now at the forefront of a new era of exploration and discovery. As the Aurora prepared to embark on its next mission, Captain Rho stood on the bridge, looking out at the stars. The vastness of space beckoned, filled with endless possibilities and unknown dangers. The future was uncertain, but with the knowledge they had gained and the responsibility they carried, the crew was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The journey continued, and the stars held the promise of new adventures and discoveries. The mysteries of the universe awaited, and the Aurora was ready to explore them, guided by the lessons of the past and the hope for a brighter future.